We're reacting to your Naruto hot takes. We have Bren, friend of the show, friend of the stream, friend of the channel. Rock Lee is more inspirational than Naruto. Nah. If y'all want to go back because he ended up being Naruto Jesus and all that stuff, fine. I hear you. But I'm telling you as a person that tries to remind you guys, remember how the show was week to week to week. When you were a person that got into the start of Naruto week to week to week, episode by episode, 1,000,000% Naruto clears. I don't even think I have to explain why. Naruto is just one of the most inspiring characters on the fucking planet at that point. The only way you say Rock Lee is literally because you know eventually, oh, well, he was actually the reincarnated. Da, 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 da. So I guess if you're watching with hindsight and then watch Shippuden and then OG Naruto, then maybe. But nah. Naruto as a fighter has become really underrated because he normally only uses Rasengans and Shadow Clones. It depends who you ask. But what I will say is, I see where you're coming from. I just don't think people underrate him. I think people know Naruto can box. It depends what the perception of Naruto is. By a lot of people, obviously, people are going to go, my guy, Rock Lee, all that stuff like that. And truthfully, Naruto, no hands with any of the motherfuckers. Whether you like the technique or not, go for it. It's heavily implied that Naruto's like Loki him. I'm actually fine with the Byakugan being way weaker than the Sharingan. There's no jutsu they could have created to make the Byakugan any cooler. That's not true. I'm fine with the Byakugan being weaker as well, but make them say things like in certain cases it's better. Don't say that it's directly comparable, if not superior, to the Sharingan in part 1, and then part 2, the only thing that's even in the realm is a air palm. Like, don't tease it as like the Hyuga clan and the Uchiha clans. If they were to box, you don't know who wins. Don't portray it that way like how they did in part 1. Nah, I disagree. They could have come up with many things to brainstorm. One is probably an ass idea. Maybe there is a way for them to disable chakra points from a distance, perhaps. Maybe that's what the fucking air palm is, now I think about it. But whatever the case may be, there's ways that they could have done it. Neji's death was stupid and it ruined the chance for see how good the Byakugan can actually be. You know, Neji's peeing today. Since it was said to actually compete with the Sharingan. So yeah, we kind of already tackled this. In terms of Neji's death being stupid, nobody disagrees. Everybody understands why Neji died for Naruto and Hinata. We get the thematics, but it was poorly executed. It didn't hit. It kind of seemed random, and it only hit once Obito started talking down on him after. It didn't feel like, oh my God, this was an earned death. If you were gonna kill Neji, you should have killed him in the Forest, not the Forest, against Spider-Man. I'm blanking. But yeah, no, the way he actually does die was pretty boring. The best thing that ever happened to Neji was his death. Like, that's what I'm saying now. If you want to argue that the character wasn't executed well, go for it. But yeah, in terms of being fine with his death, no, because we were supposed to care about the character a lot more. Jiraiya shouldn't have allowed Tsunade to become the Hokage. I think it would have been much more interesting storyline if Jiraiya would have been in that leadership role. Nah. One, Hokage Jiraiya is just not Jiraiya. That's just not who Jiraiya is to be the Hokage. That's not necessarily him. Say what you want about Tsunade. When we comparing him to the other Hokage, Tsunade did a lot for the village in terms of getting like medical ninjutsu breakthrough, and that's something that this village desperately needed. So I'm very happy that Tsunade was Hokage over the likes of Jiraiya. Even Tsunade is a top 3 Hokage when you factor when you had to deal with Minato, Naruto, Hashirama. If not Hashirama, Tobirama, who originated things. And then if you want to argue who dealt with a lot of shit, then you must like the third. The third dealt with more bullshit than Tsunade ever did. So by no means is she top 3. No. And I don't even like the third. I think the third is a very overrated Hokage. But if the reasoning is what you deal with, Naruto dealt with a lot. He just was that fucking strong. He dealt with it rather easily. Same goes for Hashirama. Minato just provides you instant world peace as well, so I threw him in there. Tobirama originated a lot of things that we know in the Leaf, and then if you're arguing just who deals with a lot of shit, the third Hokage, he had probably the roughest draw of everyone, so no way you argue she's top 3. Sasuke and Sakura shouldn't have been a couple. I actually wanted Sasuke to not be with anybody because he was terrible with women. Sakura should always rejected Sasuke and move on from him. So this is weird. On one hand, I agree, but on the other, I don't. I don't agree with always from the jump should have moved on. I think she should have had a wake-up call when that nigga tried to literally kill her. I think once it was point blank, yo, this nigga really tried to end my life. All right, at that point, you feel me? Just clock out. So I think literally I would agree with you and start this argument from when Sasuke just straight up in one arc tried to kill her twice. Everything prior to, no, she shouldn't have just hated him from the jump. Now, in terms of them not becoming a couple, I mean, narratively it made sense. It's just a matter of, do you care about that? There definitely should have been a Sakura story that could have developed the relationship between Sasuke and Sakura as a couple instead of throwing us into it immediately, just like how Shikamaru and Kakashi got their own. Shippuden is worse than OG Naruto as far as storytelling and plot development. OG is damn near perfect watch start to finish, removing filler. Shippuden has a bad start in the Great Ninja War. So a lot of people, if there's one thing where the Naruto fans do rise up on, is the Great Ninja War. I'll say I don't think the Great Ninja War is bad. I just think it's the arc of low lows and high highs. I do think OG Naruto is better than Shippuden. I do agree with you there. I do also think it's damn near not perfect, but no skips. I think a lot of people think there's a skip in the Tsunade arc, or some people even say the first arc, who cares about the Haku shit outside of the Haku fight. I think that those people are drunk. But in general, OG Naruto from start to finish is pretty fucking good. Probably the first one I wholeheartedly agree. Kashi's dad is probably the best character in the show in terms of wasted potential. In terms of wasted potential, due to the fact he was apparently stronger than the three Sanins and was praised by Minato, but we never seen him fight or learn more. No. So when I see potential in terms of in best character, I have to care about the character. And not only do I have to care about the character, I can't just go off of what other things say about the character. I would like to visually see something from said character. So like when Shisui has his stands and his hype, I'm calling it what I think it is. You played Storm 4, seen the Green Susanoo, niggas seen the Kodo Masakami and balled up. But at least even a character like Shisui has something like that going for him, right? Kakashi's dad, you literally only hear stuff. We at least see what Rock Lee does. We at least see what Neji can do. We at least see, I'm gonna throw some other names out there. A guy like Kimimaru can do. Hell, Konohamaru's young as we at least see what he can do at such a young age, breaking a path of pain. There's several characters where I look at it and I go, yeah, that's wasted potential. Hell, you can say Sakura's wasted potential, but Kakashi's dad being the epitome of that, that's just, maybe I'm harping on exact grammar, but nah. Pain arc was mid. Disagree. You can argue it drags. You can argue that the animation has a little bit of dip, but in terms of Pain arc being mid, you would have to explain that. It's not such a debate where I can just see you say it's mid period and just be like, oh, well, I see what you're saying. I don't see what you're saying, because Pain is one of the better villains introduced in the series. Guys, the 8th gate moment should have been for Lee, or at the very least, they both should have went 8th gate and fought Madara. Guy basically took Lee's place as the primary hard worker character in Shippuden, and Lee has been living off that one fight his whole career, to be honest. They didn't need to share the moment. It actually was more fitting seeing Lee see his master go out in a blaze of glory. So I actually disagree. I think Guy should have had that moment. But I'm sorry to tell you this. I said sorry to tell you this first, but someone in chat just said this. I think this is the most damning part about your argument, my boy. Lee can't do the 8th gate. In that moment in time, you're just asking for shit to happen. He can't do it. Now, if you're arguing, oh, they should have given him that just for the narrative, nah, it doesn't hit. Lee seeing his master optimize the 8th gate, while also we all know that Guy is always consistently stronger than Lee. It was more fitting and made more sense for a Guy to be the person to do it alone, so Lee could see the ultimate sacrifice. I don't disagree with the choice. It also would have been very weird, not of character, considering Lee hasn't done anything the entirety of the series, to then give him this moment to be side by side with his far superior master in the most significant fight of the series at that point in time. It would have been kind of weird. It would have been kind of forced. Itachi Uchiha was Uncle Tom. Sure, man. I disagree, for sure, man. Naruto movies are very underrated. Naruto movies exist. They're real. They're on Netflix. Orochimaru should not have come back to the village. There's a reason why Sasuke was pardoned, because of his sins were far less inhumane compared to Orochimaru. Naruto is like the guy to do that. He didn't give up on Sasuke. He would literally be the person to be like, all right, I don't trust this at all, but come on, bro. Like that's who Naruto is. It'd be weird. I wouldn't even say it'd be the most unorthodox thing. I kind of can even see what you mean, because if there was one motherfucker that he did blame for why Sasuke descends, it would easily be Orochimaru. But Naruto would also be the guy to give him a second chance. So I see what you mean. That's not the worst take. Naruto should have been explicitly stated to be unable to use anything but Rasengan and Shadow Clone, therefore making his dream of becoming Hokage even be more absurd. Nah. This is another one of those things, chat, where we're saying shit, and then if it happened, boy, oh boy. If we are watching the pain fight, no sage mode, no nothing, And it's just, how is he going to use these shadow clones in Rasengan? It'd be weird if you wanted the entire anime to be around Naruto essentially fighting everyone the exact same way. I don't think you would want that. But the first fight of Naruto Sasuke and the Sasuke retrieval is better than the one at the end of Shippuden. That's... Not only is that not a hot take, I agree with him. Look, from an animation lens, y'all got me. The fight at the final valley when they're growing up is fucking beautiful. Go for it. But in part one, the back and forth nature of the fight, the emotions in the fight were just so beautiful, bro. Even the dialogue that they had, hell, let's stop fucking talking and box. Yo, part one, man, I'm telling you, before you boo me in the comment section, just go back and give it a watch. That part one fight, I think, is significantly my favorite fight in the series. I think it's also the best fight in the series. Part one Naruto is severely overrated and carried by nostalgia. Nah, I don't think it is. Especially compared to part two. Story to story, theatric to theatric, and even just in terms of world building, Shippuden loses its direction time and time and time again. Shippuden heavily leads into how will we defeat the Akatsuki. But part one Naruto develops the world, develops what jutsu is, how jutsu can be used. It makes you feel like any random C rank mission can turn into an S to S rank mission and you'll fucking die. He means part one Naruto as a character. His character, oh, you definitely phrased that wrong, buddy. You definitely phrased that wrong. Now, we're referring to his character. Nah, again, Naruto's easily the most inspirational point in that series. I don't know if you guys were emphasizing. Yeah, I hope you guys weren't emphasizing and thinking he's right here. Because at that point, no, hell no. That's actually, I'd argue that's actually a worse argument. Because Naruto, like I said, I guess to explain some of the things that's inspiring about part one Naruto, what the story is trying to tell you, what Naruto displays to you is a combination of many things. Going against straight up being a victim, bullying, being born inferior, hey, rags to riches. The boy has unlimited potential, but nobody views said potential that way outside of literally his sensei. And his sensei even thinks of him as a knuckle-headed ninja. Everybody thinks of Naruto as the fucking stooge, and all along he's the guy that's keeping everybody together. You can learn power friendship tropes from Naruto. You can learn how to just be who you are no matter what situation you're in because of Naruto. Naruto does everything in part one under his own ambition, well-being, and he's unapologetically him. And that's something that resonates with a lot of people. The idea that it's just nostalgia is crazy. Hinata should have been Team 7 instead of Sakura. This is actually not only an interesting take, this is a take that me and Tevin had on one of the shorts that you guys never got to see. We talk about if we were to change the teams, who should be on what team. And Hinata on Team 7 is a very interesting concept. I think ultimately Tev went with it. I said, gun to my head, keep it as is, but I hear this because you could tell a lot of stories of, one, in terms of Kakashi trying to learn more about the Byakugan, seeing what he could do for Hinata's dojutsu. 2, Hinata would be inspired by Naruto. 3, Naruto would have to be painfully oblivious not to see what's going on with Hinata at that point in the series, and that would be very entertaining, especially with Sasuke being there as a foil. Hinata would also be very much driven for a different reason to hunt down Sasuke, all for Naruto's sake, rather than blindly delusional because she loves him and wants his peen. So it'd be very interesting. I'm not going to act like this is a bad take because it's an interesting story to be told here. However, I side with Sakura, gun to my head, because I can't say that the writing wasn't on the wall for Sakura. It was just horrible execution. That's literally my problem with Sakura. She's just bad execution. The idea was there. The concept was there. She could be madly in love. Okay, let that be an inspiration to get strong and want to prove herself to Sasuke. They kind of go away from that to where she just wants to show that she can keep up with them. And I know that's like a small nitpicky ass thing for me to say, but you'll see time in and time out, her goal is to just like be in the ballpark. If anything, I would adore it if Sakura was kind of on some shit like, yo, I'm not gonna be weaker than Naruto. If she like didn't resent Naruto, but if she was always like, yo, Naruto, I'm not gonna lie, Sasuke thinks ain't shit of you. The idea that you're clearing me is pissing me off. I want to be stronger than you. There's just many ways you could have molded Sakura's character slightly different than the way they do to make her feel entirely different. But like for like majority of part one, she's just useless in the sense of just crying about Sasuke. Literally not even combating, not even putting that much effort into her training. She's naturally talented at chakra control. I just feel like there's many ways Sakura could have been told better. So I think Sakura was the right decision, just needs better execution. But Hinata being there certainly also tells interesting stories. All right, but let me know your thoughts, comment section. Follow the Twitch stream at TSO_Sage on Twitch. Take care and stay blessed. I'm going to see you guys next week on the Dragon Ball Hot Takes, man.